Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This video is part 2 of a text mining project that I did. This project helps company to select the right location to start their business. In the previous video, we removed those words that has low TF-IDF value. So basically those terms that the company shared across all these documents. And by doing that, we ended up with a new DTM. And in this video here, I'm going to go on with the steps. And in step 4, I'm trying to display some of the top terms across different documents. I'm trying to do a comparison of this top term graph to this TM-IDF term graph. So I need to do the same thing to transfer this TDM to a data frame. And I use this ggplot2 to do this top frequency terms, and to see here that I also try to plot the top 5 frequency terms across all these documents. I'm not going to explain more about this coding here, but here just trying to give you an idea to compare this TF-IDF terms and high frequency terms. Okay, and I run this too. Okay, it's going to take you a few seconds to plot this file. Okay. Alright, so now see here I have this graph. So this graph, all these words showing here are based on their frequencies in their particular documents. You see here, some of these documents, because they are all about company locations, so their high frequency terms should be like more or less the same, and it's actually the facts. So for example, like the words like labor. See here labor, so they are common or they are high frequent across all most of these documents. Like terms like data. You see here data, like it's the same. So these two graphs actually delivers a different message. It gives you different information to this data set that we have. You cannot say which one is good, which one is bad, but they just show you different information. And in doing that, I'm also trying to do some kind of word cloud. A word cloud, I can do a regular word cloud that's just based on the word frequency in a document. In that case, it's gonna be look like this. So the more frequent this word is in that document, the larger the word appears in that word cloud. So, for example, this word location, this word is probably very high frequent in that document, so it appears a big one. And the company is also a big one, so like workers, this one could use the less frequent, so that's smaller. But this word cloud just to show you which word is it's most frequently used. It doesn't show you more information than that. But rather than doing a regular word cloud, I can do a comparison word cloud. A comparison word cloud is just trying to show you how these two documents are different from each other. So basically, if I want to do a word cloud, I need to use this R packages in here, and I need to transform our docs to a TDM. This TDM is actually a transpose of the DTM that we have. So in this case, we have columns as the different documents and rows as different terms. And then I rename the column to DTM and rename the column with file names. And if I want to compare document 1 to document 2, I store them to a file called compare, and I just compare this word cloud. Okay, it's going to take you for a few seconds to plot this word cloud. Okay, so you can see here that comparing with document 2, the word engineering in document 1 is actually more important. Well, it actually doesn't mean that this word cloud 2 doesn't contain this word engineering, but rather this computer just tells you that in document 1 this word is important. This engineering word is more important. So it actually tells you the difference of these two documents. Okay, and after having this word cloud plotted, last step is the topic analysis with the LDA model. The LDA model helps you to find out some of the major topics that has been reviewed across all these documents. So this time I put all these 25 documents together, try to find out those factors that are generally can be considered for a startup company to consider their location. So for an LDA model, I'm going to use this package called the topic models, and I'm going to decide a few parameters in here. Those parameters are very important, and you're going to take a few tries to determine which parameter it's good. And also, as well as this number of topics. The number of topics is also a very key element here in this model. I decided to be 5. It can also be 4 or 3. It takes you a few tries to decide which one is the best. Well, there's no fixed number for this topic number here. And then I'm going to train a LDA model with the method called the GIPS. Okay, it's going to take you for a few seconds to train this model. Okay, let's see. Few seconds. And we're done. So now I have a trained LDA model called LDA Art, and out of this LDA model I can have a lot of information in that. For example, the topics, I can figure out what those topics have been assigned for each document. So, for example, in here I can see that the document 1 has been assigned to the topic 3. Document 2 has been assigned to topic 4. Remember that we have designed 5 topics here. So you see here, we should have 1, 2, 5 in here. Alright. And what are those topics? How can we conclude those topics? Those topics have their own terms that has been assigned by this model. So topic 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I decided to use like 200 topics for these two, for 200 words for each of these topics. So you see here, I have 200 words to represent each of these topics, and this number can actually be decided. Can be. I set it to be 200. It can be like 100 or anything. It depends on. It takes you a few tries for you to figure out the right number or the proper number. But here I have this. Term to represent each topic. You can see that topic 1 has director, commerce, executive, or country or anything. It says, okay, and the topic 4 like this. Well, sometimes it's the topic analysis it doesn't make too much sense. Depending on how much about how much documents that you have. In other words, what's the data scale that you have. But in this case, we have this thing to represent these 5 documents, these 5 topics. Okay, and after that, I can figure out the top 6 terms for each topic. So this is frequent terms for each topic. Like in topic 1 million, the word million is a pretty high frequent. economy, image. This is actually not as useful as this terms thing. So you can actually see here, this one, this matrix is actually ranged by the frequency of this word. So the more frequent this word is, it has been ranged at the top. So the word million actually shared the most high frequency in here. In other words, is more important in this topic compared with other words. And also there's this topic probabilities. This topic probabilities that you can see that it shows you how much probability this topic is to different this document is to different topics. You see here, for example, this is document 1. It has the highest probability to be in topic 3. So it has been assigned to topic 3. But the challenge in here is how can we decide or describe what each topic is depending on these terms. If those terms are very closely connected, it can demonstrate a clear meaning or clear idea. That's perfect. But depending on how well you build your model, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Okay, but this is how a LDA model has been implemented. Hope it can give you some of the ideas, and it definitely needs more improvement for all these models. Okay, thanks for watching.